kile bana tatwa kana le motho ka mana?
Ke na le kopano ke sentse gore ke ya go yona o ka se bile bothata ke re go shia monnoshi.
Okay.
Kusekhaya butata kwafumanise kakhona ba. Tata, babeke ngose confront uma. Baxambisana ngalonto. Ecapha ukuba kutheni ngixela iminyaka emingaka ngayo yonke lento. Nazi izinto zasedini. Ndisifumene kwiqwetha.
So I say elayicedile over 20 years ago.
Ngami ngamosha impilo zabantu abaninzi yonke lento. Ngokubaleka into bona ngabigcina.
Hey guys, and welcome to another tea time with me, Dineo Rasedile. It has been an embarrassingly long time since I did my last video. I am ashamed, but you know, all you can do is pick up the ball wherever it is that you dropped it and keep it moving, which is what I'm doing. So today I am going to be chatting about how I auditioned 7 times for Scandal. And when I say 7 times, I mean I auditioned for 7 different characters over a period of 6 years. And the reason why I feel like I want to talk about this today, mainly because I needed to remember, as I always mention, that especially when you are in a particularly difficult period, season, whatever you want to call it, it's important to just look back and recall where it is that you came from, recall where God has put you through, just so that you don't forget, you know, because we have a tendency to forget. This story begins in 2013. A lot of my stories begin in 2013. 2013 was a big year for me. All right, so 2013, I'm in my 3rd year performing arts. I've just been signed by an agent. And a couple of months after being signed, I get this brief from my agent, which is an audition for Scandal. Now, during that time, there were 2 soapies that I really wanted to see myself on. There was Dineo and there was Scandal. So you can imagine when your girl opened that email and it said, be at Sasani Studios tomorrow, like how, did I even sleep? So I learned the script, I prepared, and I remember how hard I had to work to make myself look older, because you can imagine how much younger I looked in my early 20s. So yeah, off I went to this audition and it went pretty well. So I'm going to mention the fact that this is over a period of 6 years. And over those 6 years, there were varying attitudes. In the beginning, the first maybe 3 auditions, I was very excited every single time I got a brief for Scandal. And then when I got to the 4th one, and I remember I said to myself, if I don't book this role, I want nothing to do with Scandal ever again. I'm done. And I went. So guys, also let me just mention, this is important to mention, that when I say I auditioned 7 times, for most of those auditions, something like 5 out of 7 of those auditions, I got callbacks. So it means I went back to that studio more than 7 times. So when I went for my 4th audition, I did get a callback. And then I was like, you know what, if I don't book this, like I'm done, I'm over it, I don't want to see myself back there. So I went and I didn't get the job. And literally I got so negative. I was so mad. It was not nice. Between 2015 and 2017 was a very dark time in my life. So I literally said, I don't want anything to do with Scandal anymore. So when 2017 came, and a lot had happened, and I was starting to come back to myself, maybe I'll share the story. Not maybe, one day I will share deeper about that particular year. But I was starting to come back to myself. I was starting to rebuild my faith. I was starting to see the light again. And I remembered what I said, because as I was now, you know, like thinking, you know, what I want to do, where I want to see myself and stuff, Scandal came back, because I genuinely did want to be on Scandal. And then I remembered what I said with my mouth. that I'd be done with the story if I didn't book. And I realized that, and ever since I said that, I've never received a brief, an audition, nothing. So I decided, you know what, I'm not going to be negative anymore. I'm not going to block any opportunities that God may be trying to place in my path because now I'm negative, because I'm being short-sighted, because I'm allowing a couple of trials to, you know, build my character. I'm not allowing a couple of trials to build my character. I was like, none of that anymore. I put Scandal back on the list and I prayed about it, and I kid you not, like a month later, my agent sent me a brief for Scandal. And I was like, OMG, like, what is happening? So I went and I auditioned, and this was now with my new agent. I went and I auditioned and I didn't get that part. So this is now audition bukai 5, right? Because I did 4 with my old agent and 3 with this current agent. So I didn't book it, but this time when I didn't book it, I wasn't feeling negative at all. I was feeling excited about the fact that I'm in a place where I understand that every single audition is important, and I just had to believe that even though I'm not booking this role, whoever that's sitting there in the boardroom watching these auditions is seeing my growth, is seeing my talent, is seeing what I can bring to the table. So I wasn't walking into an audition thinking, I need this job, I need this job. I was walking in there thinking, let me give them a beautiful performance with this character, a truthful performance. You know, just with this 5 minutes that I have with this character, let me do something beautiful with it. So I didn't get that audition. And then the next year, so this was towards the end of the year, of that year. So the beginning of the next year, I got another brief for that. And I think going into that one, I knew that I was not right for this character. But I went in anyway. And once again, gave the best performance that I could give. Then, in August of 2019, you guys, actually, it was such a beautiful moment. I was with my best friend, and it was a very difficult week, a very emotional week for both of us. And she was going through a tough time, and we were sitting having lunch somewhere in Pretoria. And I got my email. We were both praying for work. I got my email and I opened it and we screamed about it and OMG. And when I read the brief for Yanga, guys, I knew the moment I read the brief for Yanga that Yanga was going to be mine. And then literally 20 minutes later, she got an email with a job offer for something that she was hoping for as well on the exact same day, guys. So it was such a beautiful moment for us because we both got those jobs. It's a moment we cherish forever. Hey, bestie. Shout out. I always say this is tea time, and then I talk so much that I forget to drink the tea, and then by the time I drink it, it's cold. I go and I audition for Yanga. The audition goes well, and then I got a call back the next week. Went back once again, and guys, I don't know what to tell you, but I knew from the moment I got the brief that Yanga was mine. Months later, when I had a chat with one of the producers, she said to me, guys, she literally could remember my first audition. Like, she could remember my first audition that I came in for way back in 2013. And she said that when she watched my audition for Yanga, she could see the growth, over time, and felt that when I came in for Yanga, it just fit, and I was ready for that role, and I was, it just came together. Now, the reason why I felt it was so important for me to share this story is because sometimes as actors, we get so frustrated with the process. It's so easy to sit there and tweet and post and say, trust the process, trust the process. But when you are within, and you're actually going through it, it's not the easiest thing to do, especially when there are so many other factors involved to how people actually get cast for roles. And I mean, we've spoken about it so much, you know, over social media and just in conversations in the industry, how there are so many factors that are involved when it comes to how a person books a job. I mean, just the other day, I went for an audition. I did a self-tape audition, and then my agent sent me a callback, said, okay, you're on a short list for this role. And then literally, guys, as I am preparing, I get an email again from my agent saying, you know what, never mind, Channel has decided now who they want to play these characters. And I'm just like, Konje, these things happen. You know what I mean? So sometimes it really has got absolutely nothing to do with your talent. Sometimes it's got absolutely nothing to do with your look. Sometimes it's got absolutely nothing to do with what work you've done, blah, blah, blah. You just got to keep being true to yourself. You just have to keep putting in the work. You just have to keep making those relationships, those connections, networking, putting yourself out there, and you know, as Phil Pella would say, just understand the game. Because at the end of the day, you know, you can't just be sitting there in your studio, wherever it is that you do your self-tape auditions, and just wait for your agent to send you briefs and, you know, do the bare minimum and expect that your career is going to go forward. Unfortunately, the way things are set up these days, you just have to understand the industry as best as you can. But also, on the side of faith, on the side of resilience, I cannot take that out of the equation of, you know, my journey, my life, my career. It has played such a huge role, and even now, where I am at, and the things that I'm hoping for, the things that I'm working towards, as difficult as it has been, having doors literally shut in your face, or right at the finish line when you're thinking, this is it, and they're like, nope, we're going with someone else. You have to just go back and remind yourself why you're doing this, how you are doing this, and the fact that when something is yours, there's absolutely nothing that anybody can do. It will be yours. So yeah, that is my tea time for today. And as I've been saying this, now I remember a number of things that I do want to share, which I will do on other videos. So make sure that you subscribe to my channel. You can feel free to ask me questions in the comment section about what I have shared today. I know that I didn't go into too much detail in terms of all the characters that I auditioned for. I don't think I really want to do that. I think the most important thing that I wanted to stress is the fact that I held on and I kept going, and I wanted to see myself on this show, and I made sure that every single time I go to an audition here, I put my best foot forward. And I hit a slump, like a negative state, and that's fine. We're human, and we're prone to doing that, but have ways to get yourself out of that and keep going. Don't allow yourself to stay in that negative space. And also emphasis on the fact that this was over a period of 6 years, and that sometimes something that you want really badly is not going to happen overnight. So I hope that you are inspired. I hope that you will keep going regardless of what your journey is, what your path is, what your industry is, that you keep at it, and you do trust the process. As difficult as it is, stay true to yourself and just have faith that it will work out, as long as you are putting your best foot forward and as long as you understand what it is that you are trying to do. Keep learning, keep, sharpening your craft, and it will definitely pay off in the end. So let's keep pushing, guys. That is it from me today. And don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you on the next video. And now I'm gonna eat my chocolate cookies at the end of all that talking. Cheers.